Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Adventure Map. Or an adventure map, not a adventure map, that's wrong. So last episode, we built this floating island, this totally awesome floating island. Still needs a little bit of tuning. These definitely look a little bit round, but we'll be affecting that today. Maybe today. First though, I want to start building the house for this mad inventor to live upon. Now, seeing as though this is a floating island, what theme would be better than a sort of steampunkish look? So a sort of tall building here. Steampunk seems to tend towards taller buildings. Let's get rid of our inventory from last episode. Now for in here, we're going to want some stone bricks. Make sure they're not the mossy ones. Make sure they're not the monster egg ones. Some stairs. Maybe some slabs of the same type for the main structure. And then for the building, we're going to want something like oh, the clay is quite white in this texture. Oh, perfect. Okay, some clay and some logs. For the rooms. For the windows, we're going to want some sort of panes. Where are the panes? In here. I'm thinking like white stained clay because it looks nice and bright and clean. And then for the roof, we're going to need some, I'm going to need oak, I think. Oak and oak wooden slabs and oak stairs when I can find them. These oak, they're spruce. Why isn't the stairs all joined together? What? Who thought that wasn't a good idea? Oak stairs, beautiful. So at the bottom, this is most of the building blocks that we're going to need. We're going to do that, and do I want it to be a thin spoke going up the middle, or do I want it to be? No, I think I'm going to go with a sort of. No, I think I'm going to do it a little bit bigger. I'm going to do it that one, this one, this one, this one, that one, oops, that one, and that one. Then I can use a different block in there, maybe like the andesite block. We like that. I'll get rid of the windows for the moment to go in between here, in between here and here, and then sort of on the other side, but this is where the door's going to be to get into the place. I did realize with this adventure map, we're actually creating a load of sort of miniature inspirational builds for you guys. You know, maybe if you're a little bit stuck on Minecraft, you want to build something but you're not quite sure what you want to build. Potentially, you guys might think, oh, I could build something from the adventure map. Seeing as though these are a bunch of sort of little builds put together, we've got a little bit of a bandit camp already, we've got a village, we've got houses, we've got a floating island, we've got steampunk. There's all sorts of little bits, so hopefully you guys can come up with some inspirational parts for your own builds. I think that could be pretty cool. So I'm going to extend this up a little bit taller and roughly start the first part of the house somewhere up here. You would access this through ladders. In fact, that might be a little bit too tall. I think I'd much prefer just one block lower. Yeah, you access this through ladders. Now, I have built this style of house before. I haven't done it for a really long time, though. A really long time. So expect me to get a couple of little bits wrong. Ooh. There and there. At the bottom here, I want to sort of have a little bit more shape, make it a little bit wider at the bottom so it actually looks like it can sort of stand up under its own weight. I think I might do something like that, in fact. That one. And that one. Beautiful. Yeah, that looks like it could definitely stand up by itself there. So, how do we do this next bit? Well, this next bit's a little bit fiddly with the logs. What we're going to do is we're going to come out, I think, one block wider than the what would you call it? The tower in the middle. So you're going to come up 1 block wider on these sides, and then on the left and the right side, you can sort of bring them out as far as you want, as far as you feel. So I think I'm going to bring it out to maybe that far, which is looks like 2 blocks further out, and I sort of like that, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now there's the base for our first room. We're going to go up and start putting the clay, or what is like a sort of nice white block, to go in here. Now, do I want the windows to be 1 block tall, or do I want them to be 2 blocks tall? Obviously, if they're 2 blocks tall, it's going to make the building a lot more tall on the inside, and I sort of like that. So we're going to put in that on that side. Do the same over here. Like that. I like the sound of clay. It's got quite a nice sound. Is it the same as dirt? Because it's not the same as grass. Yeah, I like the sound of dirt of dirt. I don't like really the sound of grass that much though, or as much at least. So that one. We've already got that one in that side. So we want to get loads of windows. Loads of windows is definitely the sort of key to this. And another big key of doing a building, or a build like this, is odd numbers. Odd numbers are key. If you go with an even number, you don't get the windows to be evenly spaced out. You'll end up with like 2 blocks in the middle. So we go there, and we come along here. Now that isn't it though. That isn't it. Off these little, or off this main room, we're gonna have a little room. A little extension upon it that sort of hangs over the left, the right, or the front. It doesn't really matter what side you come off. I think I'm going to come off this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take out these for the moment. And this is going to be the hallway that comes through into this second room. So for this second room, we're going to come out here and here. I might even take away those windows. I'm not sure yet. Now this one is a little bit smaller. Just like a nice little extension on the side here. But you want to make sure that you, see, that's not really that great. We want to go 1 more block. And then we keep with that odd number feel. And that gives us this. So we get another 2 extra windows in there, you see. We'll go up there. Up there. You might sort of want to put a log in the end there, but I don't think it really requires it. On the end here, because we've still got the odd number, it's only 5 blocks wide here. You get that 1 central window, and then you get your other windows. Oops, back on this side. Beautiful. Look at that. So for the roof here, the roof is a little bit more tricky. You want to have, we've done the roof before. You want to have it like that sort of shape, like a tree shape, so it's wider, well, any roof is wider at the bottom and thinner at the top. But you want it to sort of curve up. A barn roof sort of goes up like in an upside down U shape. It goes like this. Yeah, like that is a sort of barn shape, isn't it? If you had a barn, that would be the sort of roof. For this, we want it to be more of this shape, so it sort of goes up a little bit. So that's sort of the best way to do that is probably to start at the end, so you get the sort of shape that you want in. So what we're going to do is we're going to first start off with some stairs. I think I like them on this level. Yeah, I like them on that level. And then we're going to put an upside down one. Then I think we're going to do maybe another one. It all depends on how wide this is. Then full blocks with those on top. Yeah, that looks about right. Then we'll put an upside down one in this way with full blocks on top. And then maybe a stair or slab or something like that on the end. Maybe one that sticks out this way. With a slab on top like that. Let's see what that looks like when we've got the sort of whole of this side done. So that one. And then full blocks underneath. This one here. And this one Like that. Now, is that a pretty good curve? Yeah, I think so. I think that's good. In the middle here, I'm going to put logs going this way. This is such a thin room that it doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to put a little log that goes along the top with a piece of wool above it. For these are a little bit bigger. It's a wider area, which means we're going to have a bigger roof. So same sort of start. We're going to go with stairs, then stairs, and then log and stair. But now, instead of it being sort of the middle, we're not quite at the middle yet. So we're going to do another upside down stair, another block on top with another stair on top, and then that gets us to the middle. So we can now have our upside down one, our middle point, upside down one, and stair like that, just to bring it out a little bit. Let's see what it looks like when we get down the other side as well. It's hard to tell until you get like both sides done. You can't really tell earlier than actually being completed in this case. So we'll have that one under there, and then join that up like that. We can back off now. Yeah, I like that. We've got that sort of that Christmas tree curve that I was talking about that we wanted. So to fill this in the middle here, we're going to go with the same principle. Logs along the bottom, but then we're going to have scissors a little bit wider. We can have logs up the middle with some clay. I know you said wool because you usually use wool for this on either side. Beautiful. Then it's just a matter of extending it along on either side and joining them up. It's really easy. As you can see, they actually join up for you in this case. So you can just go along here, and then you go with the full blocks. And as you can see, they're all lined up for you straight away. Even this one goes straight to the middle for you. It's as easy as that. So let me do the rest of this roof, and then we shall move on. Okay, so that took like 5 minutes. Short little roof. It's not a very big one, you see. But because it sort of builds itself, it makes it really quick to do. And along there. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave it like that. It's a cool looking house on the top of the hill. But we can do better than that. We can make it go taller. We can make it look better. So what you're going to do is you're going to find where the middle point is, which is right here. And all you're going to do is do exactly the same thing again. Or you're going to extend this tower up. So it's here, there, and there for the andesite. And then for the stone brick, let me grab the stone brick. Where's the stone brick? That's the monster stone brick. Let's just go down and grab it then. Down here. Don't worry about the floor. You can do the floors however you want. I'm not going to really worry too much about those at the moment. We've got that one, and that one. And then we want this one. So you need to be careful though. You need to get them so none of the roof in that part sort of shows up. So you want to take that one away as well. For this one, you want to take those ones away. Put that stair back. Same over here. So you're basically pretending that the tower that goes up the middle has gone all the way through, when in reality it's actually sort of stopped and started again. But we're trying to imagine that it's gone all the way through the building. You could make it go all the way up if you wanted it to. It just restricts the amount of room that you've got in the interior of the build. So you're going to want to bring this up maybe a few blocks higher. 3, 4, 5 blocks. It's sort of personal preference, really, how high you want it to go. But a few blocks higher. Then there's obviously some details that we need to do. Yeah, we need to put some trap doors on there and some stuff to dress it up. But we're just getting sort of the main basic shape in first. And once you've got it to the height that you want, I think maybe a 1 block taller. Once you've got it to the height you want, you're going to build yourselves another room using the same principles, but try not to keep them facing in the same direction. So in this one, I'm actually going to get this main, like the central building, facing the other way. I'm going to stick with the same design of being just like 1 block bigger than the edge on this side and on this side. And I think this one I probably want to only have one block bigger. The one below was 2 blocks longer on the longer axes. I don't know, north, south, or east or west or whatever, but you guys know what I mean. That one is facing like that way. You see that building? This one's going to face that way, but these are only 1 block instead of 2 blocks. So it's going to be a slightly smaller room above here, but because you're keeping it an odd number, the same principles apply. You still get your windows in there. Instead of 4 windows, you just get 3 windows. And you can build these rooms as big or as small as what you want, but obviously the bigger you go, the longer it takes for one. But the bigger you go, the bigger tower that you need going up the middle to make it look somewhat believable in a way. If you had a tiny stick-thin tower and like a huge mansion sitting on the top of it, it's probably not going to look all that great. Oh, I need to get comfy. My back's starting to hurt. I haven't been sitting right this episode. So I'm going to have this one come off here. Oops. And there. Bump, 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 bump. And on this side. And again, you want to put in your own extensions. I always like to have 1 extension on each level, sometimes 2. But I think on this one, I'm going to have the extension facing off on this one. So I think we're going to have to remove those windows entirely on this side. I like to have like a little 3x3 area to be able to walk through. You'll change it once you get around to doing the interior to these builds. This interior is actually not that bad because they're only singular little rooms. I'll show you when we get to the interior that they're actually quite fun ones to build. So we want to make sure that we do get our window though in. So we want to have at least 1 window. I think I might go for a tiny little extension on this one. So I think I'll leave it exactly where it is. Bunk, bunk, bunk. So it's just a single window in here. And there. And a single window on the end. Wonderful. Put your roof on. You guys know how to do the roof now. I'm going to leave you guys to it. I shall be back. Okay. That one, that one, that one. And that one. Boom. Second one in. Now you could do a third or a fourth or whatever, but I think with the size of our pillar that we've got here, that's as high as I really want to go. Now we're going to get some glass. Some white stained glass here. I did have it at the beginning, but we removed it. And we're just going to stick these in here. I think the white stained glass is probably the best for it. Or normal glass. I think the white is quite nice because it has a very sort of clean look to it. It doesn't look like it's too stand out. You don't really want the windows to stand out in this. You want the build itself to stand out. You don't want to really draw attention to the windows in the place. So nice white stained glass will do. Oops, 3 down here. And 2 here. And then a couple around there. Did I get the end one? I got the end one. So, windows are all in. Now we're going to want some trapdoors. Oops. I threw it. I threw it again. Trapdoor. Thank you. So, for the trapdoors, on any sort of single spot one, you can just put trapdoors on either side like that. Little cottagey sort of style look. Steampunk is sort of like... it does have a very sort of cottagey feel. I don't like them as much going along here. Let's have a quick look. Do I like that? I actually do like that. I think the trapdoors in this texture pack really helps. The trapdoors in the default texture pack in Minecraft, I've never liked the texture of normal trapdoors because they have them 4 holes in the middle, and I really have always disliked those 4 holes. They've never made sense. Who would have a trapdoor in their house that has holes in it? Trapdoors are meant to be placed below, traditionally below rugs and stuff like that to hide basements or to hide little treasures. They might have a little area in the ground. Oh, we're raining. Weather set sun. I always forget how to do P. Oh, it stopped. I always forget the weather one. And that one. That one. Yeah, you'd usually have trapdoors to hide gold or jewellery or something like that in the olden days. But why would you want holes in them? Why would you want to have your foot be able to sort of slip down there? It just doesn't. I just don't understand it. Those trapdoors really help there. I think that looks really, really nice. Some torches, strategically placed, obviously, above the door. I think I might do 4 of them on this level. Whoops. 4 of them on this level. And I'm going to go a little bit higher up. And I'm going to place them on this level. Oops. 4 on there. Once we've got that, let's get the floor in. So we're going to grab, I think probably oak wood would be probably nice. Or do we want something, no, oak wood. Oak wood would be good. Now, I think this is probably going to be quicker just to do by hand than using World Edit. So we take out the 3 logs there. Put this in. Obviously keep the middle one free. That's where your ladder's going to go to get up and down. Like that. Oops. Come back here. So there's the top level done. We can then drop down into the bottom one. This is a nice long room. Have a nice desk at the end with these work. I tell you what, these work really well with, and that I've actually used is survival houses. If you've got a survival world, like your own survival world, these work great as a base. Using the ladders, they're nice and quick and easy to get up and down. It's all very centered. It's very compact. You can do a lot of stuff in a thin area. So you could have obviously chests probably in your basement, in a basement area, but then you can have brewing, you can have enchantment in these little rooms. These little tiny rooms are like perfect for that kind of thing. You know, in fact, enchanting would be perfect here because you could have your enchantment table, and then your bookshelves would go around the side perfectly. So these work really, really well as survival houses. I covered up the floor. Oops. Come out here. Obviously, you'll dress up the inside. We'll dress up the inside on a later date. But now, from underneath, it's not looking too bad. I think what we want to do is grab some of these and potentially some of these and put these at the top. If I place them the right way up and in the right place. There and there. And then the same as what we've done on the bottom, on the corners, I'm going to put 3 slabs down, which is the equivalent to 1 full block and a half slab, but works the same way. Don't need it on the bottom there, but I do want it on the top here. That one, that one, that one, that one. That one and that one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. Now, you can do a couple of things here. Well, those stairs have actually covered them up quite nicely, so I don't really need to worry about it there. What about under here? No, don't need to worry about it. Ignore me. Ignore me. So, before we end off the episode, though, I will eventually put a windmill head on there, but we'll do that next episode. But what I want to do is grab some fences and some glowstone, because it looks great in this texture pack. And what you're going to do is off the roof parts here, you're going to come out differentiating amounts. I think I'm going to come out 3 blocks on this one. And then you're going to come down differentiating amounts. So I'm going to come down, I don't know how many blocks that is, but I'm going to put a glowstone on the bottom of there. I'm going to come onto the other side. I'm going to come out a little bit further. So I'm going to come out like 3 blocks instead of the 2 that I did on the other side. On this one, I'm going to make this maybe a little bit shorter than the one that I done on the opposite side there. So at any peaks, at all the peaks, just come out like that. I could do a sort of longer one maybe down here. Down to there. Make sure that they all are at different heights. And then up here, I'm going to come off like that. Maybe do a shorter one on this one. Shorter one like there. Off this one, I might do a little bit of a longer one. And then the last side that we've got, I'll do like a medium length one. So I have a longer one down here. That one might go. If I want to add, I don't know if I will add a windmill. We might not add a windmill on this one. Yeah, that's good. I was just checking if this was in line with that one, but it's not. So we're sort of keeping that faith. I might not put a windmill face. We've already got a windmill on the map, so I might not put a windmill on this one. So this one's a little bit more medium looking. And there we go. I think that's a really cool looking house. It definitely fits a crazy person. If we P time night, P time 0000, P time 0. There we go. I had 2 forward slashes. Look at that. That's a pretty cool looking thing. That is all we've got time for though this episode. Next episode, we shall dress up the island around the house. I think that looks so cool though. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe and we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!